Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 10, and we're going to be looking at the trailer we got for the episode. I'm very excited to talk about the trailer because Fear the Walking Dead has been on a roll. The second half is off to a terrific start, so I'm very excited about this. Obviously, general spoiler warning in case you aren't caught up with the show. And if you are a fan of the show, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more Walking Dead content. But yeah, let's get into the video. Alright, so as always, we're going to go ahead and read the title and the synopsis for the episode. The synopsis says, the title says Handle with Care. That's a very interesting title. And a synopsis says, a threat worse than Virginia is on the horizon. Morgan calls for unity and invites all survivors to his settlement, tasking Daniel to keep the peace. However, Daniel will need to face his own challenge in hopes of protecting his friends. Alright, so a couple interesting things there. First of all, I'm glad it looks like we're going to be getting some more Daniel stuff because, I think the biggest complaint I've had with this show so far this season is that some of the characters are getting ignored. Alicia, Daniel, I want more characters from, more stuff from them. Luciana, Al, Morgan, Dwight, June, they've been getting their fair share of stuff. But we need some of the other characters to step up and have some good roles. Strand, for example, was terrific this season. So hopefully they can do more of that with other characters. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see more stuff with Daniel. Tasking, however, it says he needs to face his own challenges. What do you guys think those challenges are? Do you think it has to do with Strand? Is he gonna have some issues with Strand? In the trailer we're gonna see him looking for weapons. I think there's gonna be some issues with weapons. So we'll talk all about that throughout the trailer. You guys let me know what you think though. And then a threat worse than Virginia. That is interesting because that I think could have two meanings. I think it could be walkers, because we will see some walkers in this trailer. It looks like they're going to be having some issues with walkers. And I'm glad that, they're coming back into the show because that is also another thing the show has been lacking is walkers. I think last episode had maybe 1 or 2 walkers. That's it. So I'm glad they're not, completely ignoring that, and we're going to see more of that kind of stuff. But the second idea, the second threat that it could potentially be is the end is the beginning people. Because remember, Strand was talking to Alicia about that. And Virginia warned him and warned her, I can't speak right now, warned her people about this group. So that's going to be interesting to see that. It's kind of scary to think about that she was warning them. So now that Virginia is gone, I'm wondering if the group will sort of the end is the beginning people. I wonder if they're going to be more friendly if Virginia was their biggest problem. So I'm wondering if that's going to be the case because based on the trailer, it does seem like past trailers during the break. We had scenes of them, characters from that group talking to Alicia, and it's not very contentious. It's like they're just having a conversation. So that's why I'm kind of wondering, maybe they're gonna be more friendly because they got rid of Virginia. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and get into this trailer. Very excited to talk about this. It opens up with their community. It's pretty amazing what they've done. They really build a great community here. Here we have Morgan and Strand, Morgan and, I don't know why I said Strand, Morgan and Daniel. They're having a little, drink. Dwight is rebuilding, so we're going to be seeing some rebuilding, which is great. And then here is that locker or that little room with a bunch of weapons. And later in the trailer, it looks like Daniel is stressed out and he's looking for the weapons. So I'm wondering if somebody takes all these weapons and runs away or something. But they do have a lot of weapons here, so it looks like this is some sort of place, like they had in Alexandria to keep things, organized. That could potentially be it. We have a scene of Morgan speaking to his group, and he's saying, we may be facing a threat to our existence. We got work to do. So I think this is referring to that threat. But that's one bold way to put it. We may be facing a threat to our existence. Have they ever described walkers like that? Unless they know a big horde of walkers are coming this way. I feel like they could potentially be referring to that new group that's coming. I mean, Strand only told Alicia, I think, right now about that other group, but I'm sure he's gonna tell other people as well eventually. Then we have a scene of the people with the masks. Like everyone is coming over to the community. So I think now that Virginia, she's gone, I think people will be more comfortable coming to the community. And because remember last episode, that group wasn't gonna come, and I was worried that because we saw Sherry and Dwight essentially go their separate ways, and I was like, wow, after all that time. That they were looking for each other, that this is it. But then here in the trailer, we have Sherry, getting off the truck and coming into the community. She still seems pretty upset at Dwight, and I think it's because Dwight, chose, to stay back without, to side with Morgan and keeping Virginia alive. So I think that's why, she may be upset. But she is back in that community. We have a shot of Daniel. He's looking at something. So it looks like I think this has to do with the walkers. We have Daniel and Morgan. He's in the walkie-talkie. We have Grace here. She's pregnant. I'm not sure why they're in the woods with Grace. Because they have a community back home. So unless they, I just really I can't figure out why would they need to take Grace in the woods unless they're evacuating because of walkers. That might be it, because there's a lot of walkers coming, I think. Charlie's here and she has the binoculars and she's like, they're here. It kind of reminds me of the movie Poltergeist. With the TV and the girls like, they're here. I don't know if that was a reference to it or what. But I think it's referring to the walkers. Here we have Luciana. She's very concerned about a breach, and then we see the breach, and it is a bunch of walkers. So I think that might be the threat. But again, we still have that other threat with the other group still out there. Here we have that scene of Daniel, like he's very angry, and he's like screaming, "Where are the weapons?" But we just saw like that room full of weapons. So like I'm wondering, why is he screaming this? Like, are they somewhere else? Did someone like hide those weapons? Did someone like lock the weapons or what? Because that's sort of confusing, because they had those weapons. I wouldn't be surprised if they start having issues within the community, because Strand is also there, and the groups, there's different groups. We have the people with the masks, and you have original group, you have Strand's group. So with all these groups, things are gonna be on edge, because they weren't even gonna live together last episode. It wasn't until, because they were worried about Virginia, and it wasn't until June killed Virginia. So it's not like they're just going to magically be best friends now. I'm sure they're, still going to have issues. So I wouldn't be surprised if one group decides to... Those are a lot of weapons, though. So that would be pretty hard to do. But anyways, continuing on, we have a scene of Dwight casually, stuffing a saw inside of this walker. And this person standing behind him. And they're just looking over, I don't know, this is just so casual. Like, if I was this person, I would run over. Maybe she is going to run over. We don't know, because it's just like a frame. But maybe they are going to run over and help Dwight. But not even Dwight. Dwight's not even looking. He's just like, I don't know, it's kind of funny. It's just so casual that he's stuffing this, saw into this walker. We then have this scene of a bunch of, fog, and Morgan is standing there by himself. We see a bunch of walkers around him, so it looks like there's probably some big fight that's gonna happen. And then we have this scene of Strand, and he's in a cell. So they put Strand in a cell, I think maybe because they're worried about him. Maybe he played both sides too much. Maybe he's trying to convince them to do other things, go after this other group that Virginia told him about. But he's screaming, saying, "Please, I don't know." So I think he's being questioned about this group potentially. And if Strand was working with Virginia, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the people are kind of worried that Strand might be working with the other group as well, which I don't think is the case. But that could potentially be why he's saying, "Please, I don't know." They might be questioning him. But yeah, I didn't really expect them to put Strand in a cell. And I'm wondering if they're going to put other people in the cell too who are with Strand, because Morgan is inviting everybody there. So this is going to be like a huge community. But maybe just Strand, because he was like the leader essentially. But I wasn't expecting it. Again, I thought he was just playing both sides and he would eventually just go back on the other side, which I guess technically he was playing both sides, but he kind of is doing his own thing too. Like, he was being his own leader and leading the group. And I'm not complaining though. I think what they're doing with Strand this season is awesome. I think his arc this season was great. So I'm excited to see more of it in the second half for sure. And as well as this other characters, I'm excited to see more Daniel stuff. Hopefully we get more Alicia stuff. We haven't had too much Alicia stuff, but I think again she'll be more involved with the other group that's coming along. But yeah, that was the trailer we got. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you think about it, and also let me know what you think is going to be going on in the second half in general. What do you think about these characters? What do you think about Strand's arc? What do you hope to see to happen in the future? I'm definitely interested in hearing your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. But as far as this video goes, I am going to wrap it up there, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and for more Walking Dead videos like this, be sure to subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching, please take care, and I'll see you guys soon.